Yeah.
You know what he said these Hollywood directors or producers do? A competing studio will figure out where a big director lives, and they'll put out their competing studios on the route to where he drives to work.
Just to piss him the fuck
Just
off.
for vanity, because they have that much fuck you money.
That is hilarious.
And they say movies.
Do you know who would do that?
Huh?
Mike.
Yeah,
Mike. That's like something Mike would. I would not be like, dude, that's fucking low. Why would you do that?
Right.
Mike would be like, no, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Yeah. His revenge tactics are like very odd.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say that because Mike said he's going to be watching live. He's very excited. He played your publicist all morning to me.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, keep it positive.
Positive about what?
I was like, Mike, we're going to do how we always do it.
Oh.
I mean, he was just being funny. He's like, no, I know I have to play Steve's publicist.
I love it.
By the way, we are being very fraudulent right now, but this helps the look. They're not working, so don't worry.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
But it doesn't look right without it. It looks fucking weird. Just like a random dude sitting behind the table, like.
Right.
It's like talk show style, right? They don't really literally.
We're already on, right?
Yeah.
We're live. This is live.
All right.
Why do I look dark as shit? All the lights only on here.
I don't know. Just point that more down.
Yeah. Has it actually started yet?
Yeah. Let's start. So do you want to do the intro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Today we have Steve Olson, actor. He's been in literally every commercial you freaking see. It's amazing. And he was the lead in the movie I produced, Fishbowl, California. So awesome to have you on, dog.
Which he also produced.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. He didn't want to, but yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And UV.
And
Yes, I was in it. I was the lawyer.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's not just skim over that.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
My law degree came in.
Yeah, his law degree going.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
No,
actually.
no.
shit.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna. I was prepared for that.
Oh.
No, but we're talking first because before did you start because you're in like so many commercials, and I hate saying you're a commercial actor because you're not. You do freaking movies. So you're obviously way more than that.
Okay.
But
Sure.
when did that start taking off for you? Like, were you doing improv? Because we've never even talked about that. I've known you for a while. We haven't really talked about like where you started.
Yeah, the details of like all that. Yeah, so I moved out here when I was, 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
Some early 20s. And,
Damn, you've been here for like 12 years now, 13
yeah,
That's cool.
11, 12, something like that.
Where'd you say you moved from?
Ohio, I'm from Ohio, Northeast Ohio.
Oh, fucking
Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
They call it the Mistake on the Lake.
Where we just had
That's
Fishbowl,
funny.
California premiere in Columbus.
That's true, which is not the Mistake on the Lake. That's
No.
not on a lake at all.
And
So,
it went really, really well.
indeed.
Steve was fantastic in it. But anyway, so you moved out here.
Yeah.
Did you go to college for arts?
Yeah, no, I studied finance in school actually.
Yeah.
What type of finance?
Just finance, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like there was a finance degree, yeah.
When they say finance, and what exactly do you study? Like what spectrum? Just fucking
Everything. Econ, business law.
business law. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that stuff.
It's basically everything you study in accounting, except we had to learn more conceptual shit.
Oh, you studied accounting?
Well, I liked finance more. The only reason I did accounting was I was told that was a better degree.
It's probably it's more specific.
No, it was a better degree to go into law.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And that was my goal at the time.
Okay, that makes sense.
But finance I liked more.
Yeah. Well, that was because I moved to LA and I just assumed right off the bat there was no chance of ever making it as an actor, so I was like, let's do finance.
Yeah.
So, and then I never used the degree, luckily, but maybe I'll have to pull it out of my back pocket and the guy
Get the
will be
fuck
like,
out of it. No, you wouldn't.
he'll be like, what have you been doing for the last 21 years?
It's an advantage to have that though.
That
right?
knowledge is great.
Your mind works that way.
I guess, yeah. I don't remember any of it, but...
Oh, okay.
No, but it's not like I remember details of accounting either. I remember, you know what's so funny how you know you lost a lot of shit?
Yeah.
It's because I used to tutor in it.
Right.
And now I was thinking, like, could I tutor in it? And I'm like, I just forgot way too much stuff. Like,
Yeah.
detail-oriented stuff.
Yeah.
But your mind works that way anyway. Like
No, but
you're
not conceptually
not
to teach it, though.
to teach it.
That's completely different. Like, real life stuff is simple, but, like, concepts, I forgot all that shit.
Yeah.
What'd
That's crazy.
your parents do?
My dad was a police officer. My mother was an artist. So yeah.
What kind of artist?
She just painted like watercolors. She was an art teacher at high school, college, at local high schools and colleges.
Oh, right on.
Northwest Ohio. So, yeah.
So she would go in like on those days, art days.
Yeah, and she sold paintings in like local boutique art shops, things like that. Stuff that people put shit that people put on their walls in Ohio in like their bathrooms, like a picture of like an apple.
Oh, that's
or
funny.
like a kid sledding down a hill or something like that. That's what
Totally.
she
Did you do any of that as a kid then? Like, did she inspire you to? Did you do plays as a child? Like, I don't know if you guys went to church. Did you perform at church?
Yeah, no. I was more sports. Sports. Yeah, I was in sports and
What'd you play?
Baseball and basketball.
No shit.
Yeah. I was always like the last guy to barely make the team, and every year on everything. So, but I just barely,
Yeah.
And then I would just ride the bench in every sport and got to hang out with the guys.
I never made the basketball team. I desperately wanted to, and I tried out. I remember it. It was just fucking. I couldn't hang. I was out of the conditioning.
Really?
Yeah.
You look like you have gotten.
Well, now, yeah, but like no, when I was
younger, star player. You go retry out, and they're like,
I would love that. Like if there was a movie where I'm like, hey man,
We'll go back to high school and retry.
yeah, like did you make the team? No, dude.
Dude, it's really sucked. Like now, I feel way more confident, but back then,
Yes, that's true.
like the most embarrassing thing for me in middle school is when they would play shirts and skins.
right.
No, seriously, because
That
like,
was-
these dudes would take their shirts off and they just like look good.
Yeah, right.
And I would pray that I would be on shirts. I would pray.
Oh, you weren't. What? This wasn't happening then.
Dude, I had really bad eczema, so I was already really insecure about the way my skin looked.
Yeah.
Literally, I had like pus and like skin was really fucked up, and I was in. Even if I did have eczema,
Lady killer.
yeah, complete opposite. Right, fuck. And then even without that, my body sucked.
Okay.
And
We're
it seemed like on basketball teams, every dude had like a fucking Abercrombie and Fitch body. Like every white kid
True.
was like
True.
6-pack, nice, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Right.
So I wasn't even worried about my skill set. I was just worried about how the fuck I looked the
Right.
whole time. I wasn't paying attention.
But
Like
they
the coach
forced
would be
you-
talking about plays and stuff, and they're like, and they're kind of like fucking looking at how I'm good everyone wants. I'm like sucking in my fucking belly and shit.
Pus
Oozing. It sucked, dude. And then I would be the only guy like in that wouldn't take showers because I was just embarrassed. Of how
Right.
There was more. That's all I remember from being on the basketball team is everything you told me right now.
Right.
I was super insecure about that shit.
Pool.
That's pretty cruel.
The pool
They would.
season was a bitch, and like when you do that pool swimming in school.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, because you had to take your shirt off and then like that.
I never had to
really
do that.
exposed. Really? Yeah.
We didn't have pool at our. Like we had it, but it wasn't part of a
We had
PE
that.
program or anything.
Yeah, we just swim.
That actually just brought back a really horrifying memory because they made us do swimming.
Swimming.
Right. That'd be hilarious if they.
Was it like
But
swimming
pool-
lessons?
That would be.
It was like swimming lessons, but they had a diving board that was super high, and they made everybody dive. And we're in like 7th grade. I'm like, I don't want to do that one.
Oh
And
shit.
then they go, everybody has to do it.
See, we didn't.
That's
do
like
that.
saying
But did
you-
they teach you how to dive? I still can't dive.
I can't dive because it's too scary.
I got
I'm scared of
I
diving.
can bullshit dive. I can't like properly.
But
I'll
you
do
can,
it.
you can go like
But
you can go in like an arrow.
yeah, I
I
can
can't
do
do
that
that shit.
Yeah.
No,
it's
I
so
face planted.
Yo, dude, because
Yeah.
it's counterintuitive to keep your head down.
Yes.
So every time I'm about to dive, I look up and you're fucked
Yeah.
because your whole body goes flat.
Yeah.
Happens to
And
me
they
every
said
time.
everybody has to do it no matter how scared you are. You're diving off of this it was like 12 feet,
Fuck.
like way bigger than a board that you see like at your friend's swimming pool. It was like an Olympic size.
You have to climb a ladder.
Dude,
Yes,
that's what he goes
yes,
scary
you have to
shit.
climb the ladder. I'm like, is this legal?
Wild.
I was like,
wild.
I didn't know about the
I didn't
laws.
even know people did that. Like we played racquetball and other things. We never hit the pool in my PE in high school. Not once. We had it. There was a pool team,
Yeah,
but it wasn't part of our PE curriculum.
Yeah,
Okay,
our,
that's good.
our school was big into water sports. Maybe that's why they did it because it was like a lot of water polo and.
Yeah.
But
We had the
Olympic
teams,
race.
but it wasn't part of PE. We had like lacrosse was
Right.
massive.
The
I was terrible.
The beverage?
Yeah. No, this
Exactly, the crow.
Le
The crow.
Croix.
Yeah.
I'll have her. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play
Lacrosse.
lacrosse? Do you play lacrosse?
So then
I
when
drink
you,
it.
Yeah.
when you came to when you moved here in 2005 which was like 3-4 years before I moved to Ohio, was it at that time, did you do improv? Because I know Groundlings and Second City were that was before all the other ones came in, 0506, right? Wasn't Groundlings like the biggest name?
Groundlings is big, yeah.
Because even when I moved here, you heard nothing but Groundlings. Now you hear about all the other ones.
Yeah.
When I moved in, everyone was like, dude, if you want to do comedy and you want to learn improv, you gotta go to Groundlings. So that's what I did. That's what everyone told me to do.
Right. Yeah. It was like in 1960 when they said go work in the mailroom, and then that's how you become.
Too bad that still kind of works. People still do that shit.
Shit.
I still know people
That's why I
that
haven't.
But Groundlings at least had more. There was more structure because you're like, okay, cool. You like hone in your act. Then there's people who come and scout. So it made sense, but then that shit's not even true. So
yeah, but I took some classes at Groundlings, and then I did this other place called Acme Comedy, which was big back then.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like Adam Carolla went to Acme.
That's his restaurant, by the way, next to the Acme place.
Oh, that's
the
his
restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Adam Carolla owns it.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, and I think they just moved to North Hollywood. But anyways, that's what I was doing was Acme and Groundlings. I was doing sketch at Acme and then improv at Groundlings.
Did you audition for Groundlings, or you just kind of?
I mean,
did you go that far up?
No. I mean, you auditioned to like
everyone
so they could take.
No, I did that
money.
too, though. I did, but like to audition for Groundlings to perform, that's like.
Yeah, you really had to stick with it.
You had to stick with it for years.
Yeah. No, I wasn't that committed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, just to like see where you place in their classes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did that too, but I thought you were talking about audition for the class. That's
No.
That turned cultish, dude.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers got, at least the ones, I didn't like the vibe. Like, when you talk to the dudes that have been doing it for 4 years, like, on the highest Groundlings level.
Yeah.
My experience, we're, like, out in Groundlings right now, it was, like, not friendly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't feel
I
it
felt
was
alone.
I was like, my own teacher, fuck that, I won't say her name, but, dude, she wouldn't speak to us during breaks.
Oh, interesting.
If
hardcore.
If you
all of us were so intimidated by her. It's like comedy is one of those things where you're so vulnerable, where you want to feel incredibly comfortable, right? And all of us felt the opposite.
Right.
Like, we were all scared. Like, you felt military. Like, I'd get up there and do something, or anyone. But I remember she'd like, not funny, go again. That's not gonna make me funnier.
Right.
I'm not saying I don't want to learn, but holy shit, that's not what you say to someone.
Right.
Like, completely just killed your creative spirit.
Right.
And all of us, like, we had a girl cry. Like, it was just her. It was not Groundling. She was a terrible fucking teacher.
Right.
And I stuck with another one. It was better. You know?
during those activities
Yeah.
in the like auditioning class,
Yeah.
like, did you feel like, oh, cool, my style fits right into this?
Yeah, I was more into the sketch because that was what I was so totally into, like growing up, was just watching SNL and watching comedy movies and stuff. That was more my bread and butter. That's like what I enjoyed watching, was comedic stuff.
Me too, right?
It's also what you're good at doing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. That was just sort of the environment in my family. That like those are the kind of movies that are always playing in the household. So I guess that was what I was exposed to, and so I don't know. Whatever, that was just my interest. So I really enjoyed the sketch, though. The improv it's just so hard to be an extraordinarily good improviser. Like, and if you're not as good as like the top guys, there's just such a huge gap between like Will Ferrell or just these guys who can do it at just such an insane level.
What do you think makes them so good, though? Because there's those people who are really good and they just have such a keen, like, acute sense that they can throw in something that's legitimately funny versus people who just kind of throw in weird random shit to close the gap, but it really doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, I think it just has to do with whatever kind of knowledge you have. Like, if you're really knowledgeable about like a certain topic or type,
That's a good point.
you're going to be able to riff within that sort of world. Like, if you know a lot about sports, you'll be able to easily improvise on it. Or if you know a lot about cars.
Did you do short form or long form?
I think it was just short form there at Groundlings.
I felt very comfortable with short form. Long form's a different world.
Yeah.
I only did it once. That's hard.
Yeah, that's when they found
and the
out.
people,
you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, straight up though. But
Yeah.
do you know who was really good? Who was a star? And the progressive lady. I forgot her name.
Flo?
Yeah, but what her real
Whatever
name is? She.
Stephanie Courtney.
Yes.
Yeah.
She got it.
Two first names.
Yeah.
When I moved here and I was at Groundlings, we'd go watch and she'd be performing and she stuck out. she was a fucking star up on stage. She murdered it.
I did a
She's
commercial
so
with
good.
her. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did a progressive commercial with her, and she was like hilarious even between the takes.
Yes, man.
I remember we came back from lunch one day, and what did she say? She goes, I just want to like announce to the crew, I had just the tiniest sip of liquor at lunch, only because I have to deal with all of you.
Yeah,
She was like so hilarious.
when
She's really funny.
when you're taking class and you would watch her, you'd be like, that's what good is.
Yeah, right.
She stuck out on stage with other people that were like, considered for SNL and shit, or trying to be at least. You're like, damn. So it made sense when she got flow.
Yeah, totally.
Were you a Chris Farley fan?
Yeah, anybody. I was, everybody.
He was
I'm
like,
like a fan of like even the worst SNL. I'm like, Rob Schneider's the greatest actor ever. They're like, he's like the worst actor ever. I'm like, no, I don't think so. Actually, because I'm just that big of an SNL fan. Like, if you were on SNL for
Orgasm
one
guy.
season,
Orgasm guy.
you're above Daniel Day-Lewis to me.
I feel you on that, dude.
I'm just-
it's like the ultimate holy grail is for me is SNL.
As SNL, just stand-up comedy. That like, I feel like I'm a bit of a nerd of those.
I feel you.
Those are the people I admire the most.
I 100% because I mean, you look at it like such good talent came out of there, especially like the early '90s, late '80s, early '90s crew like Sandler, Spade, Rock, and then Murphy in the back of the day.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and
an
Chris Farley.
An interesting thing was
And recently, we've had some good ones too. Kristen Wiig.
Oh yeah.
She's really good. I'm a
Fallon,
huge fan of her.
Sudeikis.
But yeah, and who's that girl who's
I think you had her.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
Where even now you feel like, damn, these are like solid
Tina
people.
Fey.
Yeah, Tina Fey. I mean, just really, really good ones.
Yes, Hader or Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. Yeah,
Bill Hader.
totally. Oh shit, I forgot his name. He was playing on the band for Fallon before the Roots.
And then he got onto SNL.
No.
Oh,
It was Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen. Yeah.
Portlandia.
well, yeah.
Yeah, but he was playing like in the
Yeah.
Well, I heard an interesting. This is sort of inspiration, I think, for any actor. A story. Lorne Michaels was interviewed on a podcast by Mark Maron. Lorne Michaels, runs SNL, and he's only been interviewed, I think, like twice in his whole life, or 3 times.
He's like this mystical figure. Everyone
Mystical
talks
figure.
about. You never see him.
Never see him. So that's why this. I mean, if you are interested in
When did that episode come out? Because I listened to Mark.
Mark Maron, a couple years ago. I don't remember when, but
Fuck.
it's up there, and it's hilarious because Mark Maron had auditioned for SNL and he didn't choose him, so he was like coming back and he was asking him in the interview.
Made him wait.
Yeah. He's like, "Why didn't you cast me?" It was that was awkward and funny. But Lorne Michaels, and this was the most inspirational thing I took away from it, like as an aspiring actor, aspiring whatever, comedic type actor, was that he said, he's like, acting is just like all these other things you read about the 10,000 hours and stuff, but he goes, it 100% applies to acting because he goes, it happens to people on our show all the time, which is that we get actors, they come in, they've been here for 5-6 years, and then all of a sudden, like in the 5th or 6th year, suddenly they sort of blow up and people know them and start to go, and the people say, "Oh, I've loved that person all along," but in fact they have data that tracks it, and he's like, "No, you actually didn't love that person all along. They just," you see what I mean? So
It
it's like,
blossomed.
yeah, and that's I think
It all hits.
an interesting concept that I didn't think that at first as an actor when I moved here. I just thought you either have it or you don't kind of thing. And the people that make it just had it, and the people, and the people that don't have it. But as the years go by, I think it's something to some degree that maybe that's obvious.
They always
that you can get better at.
They say that in stand-up. It's like, it's like a 5-6 year mark. I remember asking Godfrey, this comedian, I went to go see him.
Gilbert Guy, yeah.
Not Gilbert. This is just Godfrey.
No, Godfrey, dude. That
Black
you see
Nigerian.
the 7-Up commercials back in the day? Remember?
He was a-
Okay. I feel
He's
like
hilarious.
yeah.
There's just named Godfrey. Oh, okay.
He's just named straight up Godfrey, and I went and saw him when I was in college years back, and I asked him, I was like, "Yo, man, when did you see like a significant like change in confidence and just deliveries?" Like, it was year 6. 6 years in, he's like, there was just some air that came into my lungs, and I just felt I was at a different level, and
Interesting.
so that is true.
But think about it when you're auditioning, how you are going to the commercial room now, and how you were when you first came.
Right?
Dude, let's keep the shit real because you're not gonna say it. People get scared when they see a commercial audition. No lie, I'm not even joking. I'm not just kissing your ass.
When they see
but
what?
when they see him in a commercial world, because he's the A-list star commercial. That's just dude. I'm not even fucking with you. I'm being dead serious, right? I'm just speaking fact. But think about that, right? Think about that. So you bring an aura and something.
Okay.
I think it's just comments.
Yeah.
I think you bring aura and thing just because one, you've done it. But there's another thing that comes into it, man. When the booking the room, you've booked the room so many times. That's why I asked you outside of if ad agencies have hit you up.
Yeah,
That's what I was curious about, because
they don't, but or maybe once or twice they have, but no, that's not like a thing. But I will say that the 6 or 7 year thing you're talking about, that happened to me in commercials. The first, I think, 5 or 6 years that I auditioned for commercials, I think I booked 2.
There you go, right?
but that's still a
crazy.
good booking rate, to be honest.
2 in 6 years, I mean,
Now, if you look at it from where you are now, that sucks because you book one a month. But back then, I mean, I know people been in 6, 7 years never booked a network national still.
yeah, no, and these weren't network nights. This was just like whatever night.
Yeah.
But and yeah, like a lady told me at the time, I think it was like the 4th or 5th year. It was Danny Goldman casting, which he's not a casting director anymore. And I'd auditioned for them so many times. I was like probably my 30th audition for them, but in like the 4th or 5th year. And she cut in the middle of the take. She goes, Stephen, you have a great look. We like your look. She goes, you're just not getting it. Or something like that. It was pretty. I go, all right, tell me what don't I get? I go, I know I'm not getting it, clearly, because I'm just sitting at home, not getting it.
Literally, yeah. I mean, drinking Coke and getting drunk.
Yeah, she didn't have an explanation. She was just sort of like, do a better job. You're not doing a good job. So and then I think like 2011. It was just out of nowhere. I have no explanation for it. I just started booking stuff left and right.
When you first came here, what was your how did you set yourself up? Did you start getting?
Oh well, I was in school I transferred from Ohio to Cal State, so the first 3 years I was in school, so that helped the transition a bit.
Okay.
Because I was living on campus, and I made
Oh, that's huge.
all
Yeah.
my best friends are still friends I met from
Scott.
Damn, that's
Scott. Yeah.
It's like one of the best case scenarios.
Yeah. So I guess
Nurturing.
Yeah. Whereas you guys, I'm assuming you guys were.
I had a similar thing. I went to school in Orange County.
Okay.
So I was like I had planned it that way. I was like, cool, I'll go to Orange County, then I'll move to LA. That was the whole,
Yeah, right.
So, but then once you graduated, did you start like, all right, fuck, I need to get a job or some supplemental?
Actually, right away, I think the first week or 2 that I was in LA, I was already sending in trying to get an agent like that. Like a commercial, whatever.
When you actually had to send out headshots?
When you actually yeah. Like in this, like...
Postcards and shit?
You actually had to lick the stamps.
Yeah.
You get to
And
lick,
they
that's
weren't even like
huge.
stickers.
Dude, that's what everyone told you had to go to Samuel French, remember?
Yeah.
You gotta get these specific headshot things to freaking send in, this type print. It's fucking expensive when you came in. You're just like, and you do the fools most of the time, they're not even look at it. They're gonna throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
That's a significant time in history, stamp licking era.
Yeah.
Very.
Now you're like, ew, the germs. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that was it. It was.
And so then you got work after that?
So within like the first, those first couple years that I was or the last 3 years that I was in school. It took me a little while to graduate. I can't admit how many years it actually took. But the last 3 that I was in school.
Right.
I was like auditioning for stuff right away. Or trying to anything. Craigslist stuff, actors.
Totally.
Commercial auditions. And so by like, and so then there were like 2 years after college where I started working some odd jobs, and then I started working as a.
What kind of odd jobs?
The classic. Not a waiter, what do they call it? Catering.
Okay.
But I got fired because my buddy and I got hired at the same time. We were like,
this is
a shit show. And there was a big like black tie event, and we dared each other to throw dinner rolls across the whole convention hall. Like, these people.
Fucking that's hilarious.
So we did it, and they didn't figure it out at first. It took them like a day, and they're like,
Were you just like?
No, it was like a baseball, like a hop. Like an outfielder throwing the home plate like that hard and far.
Oh,
and the people were just like,
they saw it like that?
yeah, there was like people black tie event. We were like, we're probably because we hated the job. We're like, we're gonna get fired. So
Let's just do it. It's like me and you on set.
Yeah, but they couldn't really fire
Yeah,
either of
It's
us.
so funny. Fucking
That's
literal.
hilarious.
Yeah.
dude.
So you did the catering and then
Yeah, and then I would do the promo stuff.
right.
Like, what promos did you do? Only everyone that I know that does promos are girls right now.
Well,
Look at you, sexy muff.
I
Did you go to bars?
I
and
cloned
dress
to my
up-
mother. What can I say? What's that?
Did you go to bars and dress up as Captain?
No, the
Morgan?
things I got were like they gave me they put me in the mall at like at a kiosk to sell phones,
Classic.
and I did that with a buddy, and then the reason I got fired from that is because we were like, okay,
Throwing phones.
throwing no, because they're tethered to the.
He's like, so there was a black tie event.
And we were just throwing dinner rolls, through the mall,
Yeah.
throughout the mall, just hitting people in the
Throwing
head
razors.
from above. Yeah, we were throwing phones. But we're like, look, if we just left, if we check in, the phones are tethered to the thing. Why don't we just check in and then we'll come back when the shift ends and check out?
Classic.
And we went swimming and we came back and like 2 of the phones were just ripped out and stolen.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, that doesn't work. That's why that doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
Or else everybody would do that.
Fucking
That is hilarious.
Yeah, so we would hop from promo to promo, and they can't really, I'd hop around like a criminal in a way because it's like I could only do jobs where they didn't know my reputation.
Exactly. That can just catch up eventually. Like, hey, every time you leave a job, fucking phones are missing.
Yeah, phones are missing.
You
Dinner
fuck everything
rolls
up,
are
dude.
missing.
But when you're doing commercials, when did you start? Were you going out theatrically? Did you take like a theatrical TV film?
No, so that was
Because you
part
don't
of
have much before Fishbowl as far as.
Yeah, just a couple things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done a couple co-stars. This was my first guest star last year, which was great. But no, it wasn't a lot of theatrical stuff. I sort of just was. It was very apparent to me how difficult it was to make money theatrically. So I just decided not. Which in a way I regret it because you should always be training and like trying to do everything you can possibly. But I just thought
You probably
Maybe
maybe I'll
I'll
just
just
choke on the guest star though.
what's that?
The guest star will pay nice.
Possibly, yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just aimed for commercials because I thought
It's very
just take
lucrative.
this one thing at a time. And I for some reason in my head I thought if I can't make it in commercials, why in the hell would I be able to make it at something more difficult? So that's just the logic in my
They're
head.
different, dude.
But they're different.
I have a friend who books everything TV, and he would ask, like, how do I book a commercial?
That's-
like, dude, how do you book shows?
I know.
Like, as the lead.
Yeah,
Shut up.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like,
So yeah, I've had people ask me that.
you're
They're
worried about
like,
a McDonald's commercial? You just booked 18 pages. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
You're on an NBC sitcom. As the
they're,
main
they're,
character.
they're very different.
They are.
They're
right.
very different.
Which-
different vibes and different energies. Because I used to do way more commercials. Personality, of course, fit the thing, and energy and what you're bringing. I feel like with that, it can be energy, but it's more about what you're bringing to the character and understanding where you are arc of the scene and stuff. You know what I mean?
I also think with anything creative, a lot of like, I don't want to say it's luck, but a lot of like, I think people's success in anything creative, whether it's music or art or acting, it's like depends on some of the timing and what's popular at the time that you're trying to do your thing.
Absolutely.
So
Very true.
if you happen to be putting out something that happens to line up with like what's in vogue at the moment, you've got
Yeah, well, look at all the mumble rappers right now.
the what?
Mumble rap. Like
Yeah.
all the new rappers, right?
Yeah.
Like, literally 5 years ago, I'd be like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
This
and
is
all
so
three
dumb.
of us have mumble rap records coming out.
Yeah, yeah. And it works.
It
we
works.
have 6 years right now, like everyone. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like. I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. Some of the beats are cool though.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
I mean, yeah, you listen to it for just whatever.
But it's like some of the
beats.
worst lyrics. Like we all
It
grew up
is.
times where there's all, no matter what generation. Like I know we have like things we all consider like the best generations when we were young. But even then, there was like shitty lyrics, right?
Yeah.
Like there was people out there that were big that weren't all Eminems and Jay-Z and Nas and shit.
Right.
But now you're like, God damn, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll
Yeah.
put it in your underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
No, it's like Rick Ross. Like
Yeah.
His lyric. I don't understand. I think I understand one line in every Rick Ross out of like 88 lines.
You know what's funny? I actually
don't-
find his shit, at least you can understand it.
His is a level above.
Yeah.
He's like, I
he's-
got a 36 at 16 at the 14 on the 26. I'm like,
Okay,
I break that down.
Or the
Okay,
like-
I understand, but some of his
Florida.
cultural references we
Sure.
don't understand. But
Yeah.
if you understand his cultural references, there's some like him, 2 Chainz, like all of them kind of the same level.
Yeah.
They're good. They're
Yeah.
not fucking great,
Right,
but they're not these
No,
they have
no.
some talent,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like they have some skill set. They know how to put cadence together. They have a vibe. They have a lot of like sats. You know what I mean? They're bringing some poetic
No, yeah.
thing to it.
Yeah, what's that panda guy's name?
I can't understand shit he's.
Oh,
That's what he knows bad. We only know him by the panda guy.
Exactly.
You know how
Panda guy.
shitty that is?
Panda Express guy? I don't know. I
I
don't know
know.
who it is.
Panda guy.
I don't know the panda guy's name. I'm not
But,
a huge
that's actually the point.
Right.
The song was bigger than you
Yeah.
as artists
Oh,
because
yeah,
the song
exactly.
is catchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's all be honest. That song's fun to like gun. Even in my car sometimes I play the song. Yeah,
I gotta hear it.
Oh, you've heard it a million times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you know this.
But anyway,
so
like-
it's
I got broads in Atlanta.
Yeah, super
Okay.
the defendant. Credit cards and defendant.
Okay.
Maybe you haven't
Love
heard it. Maybe you haven't.
He's not that white. I don't know.
Uh,
Hey, but so I'll get into this because it's important. We want to talk about with Fishbowl, California. The reason I brought up the thing is Michael McRae, the director and writer. When we saw he came over and we saw your audition tape. You were really freaking good.
Thank you.
I watched it too.
You were really good.
I
Well, the
didn't
first
know.
audition was good, but we didn't get the full spectrum of you, right? Because what we gave you to audition was just the comedy.
Yeah, right. That was the first thing. Yeah.
Designer is the right.
Yeah, designer, yeah, or the rapper.
Ah.
But when you was this so you since you were so into commercials, that's why I never asked you what brought you because you got this your own self tape. It wasn't
Yeah.
through your agent, correct?
I can't. It was either through a manager or through myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a breakdown and it was a self tape. Yeah. There were two tapes. There were 2 rounds. The first scene was a comedic sequence, and Mike said I went way too off script. And,
Well, you improv'd a lot, but you got the vibe of the character.
Yeah. And
But as a writer, he obviously wants to make sure that you can stick to what he writes,
Yeah.
which is fine. Which I get. My main concern, which you killed, was can you be grounded?
right.
Because this character is so off the rails in a way, like comedically, he can really be out there with no groundedness and wouldn't sell.
Yeah.
And it kind of works because that's how your comedy is kind of like that. It's
Yeah.
kind of physicality,
Yeah.
crazy, really quirky, right?
Yeah.
Which worked really well for the character, and that's why it was you and like one other person for sure that we liked, and there's another guy that was kind of I forgot, but there was one other person for sure that was like you guys were both really good. But when we gave the dramatic scene, you're the only one who brought it. Another guy did it.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I thought we talked to you. Well, now you know.
No, I didn't know that. I knew it was like one other guy, but yeah, I didn't know the details of it all. But interesting.
Well, the problem with the comedy is if you just get some people that are funny, then no one's gonna feel shit.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this isn't, it is a comedy, but I like to consider it more of a dramedy.
Yeah.
So there are those pivotal scenes in the film that if you're not going to be able to carry if it's just funny 24/7, it's not going to work.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a drama.
Do you operate on like a funny guy vibe with people? Like you always try to keep it light, or are you cool with like going other ways
Just
in life?
In
Like,
life.
when you talk to people.
I don't know. I think I'm a mixture. Actually, I would say I'm more serious.
Actually, when you get to know you,
I feel like I'm a
it
little
takes a
more
while.
serious.
But when you get to know you,
Yeah.
But I'm the same. I can relate to that. I feel like a lot of funny people do. That's kind of always been our defense mechanism or initial thing.
Yeah.
But it depends. Like now when we have meetings and stuff, all of us are serious.
Yeah. Right.
But it depends on the topic we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like we go into like shit. We got stuff to figure out, so
Right.
there's no jokes exchanged.
Yeah. It's you remind me more of like just like Robin Williams, who's like always on, pretty much. I mean, and it's hilarious. Like you're fucking hilarious, you know. But I'm just not. That's just not my personality. I like to do it when it's like.
But you were like that on set. But it worked to keep you alive.
Maybe that's what it was. Like,
Yeah,
just
come on,
trying to stay in
set?
character. Yeah.
You were like you're all over the place. But it worked because you needed to keep that energy out. But you were fucking crazy.
What
It
am
was
I?
fun.
Might compare me to Flubber, which is an inanimate object,
But it was
a
interesting.
fictional inanimate object from a Robin Williams movie.
When you're
So-
but when you're in your creative
Like that reference, Mike.
But ask anybody on set, man. When you were in your creative zone, you were just. I'd look and you'd be on like 2 blocks down all of a sudden. Like we could be mid conversation. Like it was just so fucking weird. I was just like there were moments where like, where is he mentally right now? You'd just be talking and you're like, yeah, whoop, whoop. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I'm like talking to you. And you're like, whoop. And just like walk away. It was funny, but I was like, this guy's so interesting.
I think I am so ADD that like, well, and I had a lot of lines to learn obviously on this, like quickly. That if I'm near people, my ADD will just kick. So I have to be like,
away, which is fair. And you did. You memorized fast. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Because we didn't have any line issues on set.
Right.
Which was from all actors.
Well, yeah.
Everyone was prepped.
Well, a little kid.
But hey, even he wasn't that bad.
No, that's
what
true.
I expected from a little kid. Seriously though, I was like when we had the reshoots with the kid, I was like, yeah, Mike, we're gonna be here for 2 days.
No, he can't even his lines better than me.
He was telling him his lines.
Yeah, no, I'm actually totally joking. He was,
That was hilarious.
He actually was really good. Yeah, like,
so how old was he?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Right? Lucas?
Yeah. 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I don't know how. He was like 3 or 9. I don't know kids' ages.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing it. I mean, it looked
so what was your experience now? Like, you went from not having too much TV work to like carrying a film. What's that been like for you?
Well, I think it's given me some confidence, certainly, and the experience of being on a set. I mean, of being on that set, that's like doing. I mean, how many hours? That's like.
Those are long days, man. It's like 16-hour days.
Yeah, and you learn a lot about yourself, watching yourself back, and that. Seeing, I think you learn a lot about, or I learned a lot about what it is that people respond to about me and don't respond to about me. Like, as an actor, like the qualities. You know, it's like, that's working. Oh, no, we don't really like that on you. That's not becoming on you. But, okay, keep it more.
Well, especially when it was coming to that specific character.
That specific character, yeah.
Because not every role you play in the future is going to have that much creative freedom.
Right.
As far as improv and things.
Yeah,
right?
Very true, yeah.
You'll have freedom in different ways. But if you're doing like a war movie, you're not going to be running around dancing and literally Mike being like, just do shit.
Right.
We trusted your improv skills so much that we knew we would get something funny if we let you just be.
You hear about that in the good old days, like, old school actors like Rob Lowe, they're like, we were on this set, we just learned on the job and shit like that.
Yeah.
Those days, there was so much just gold that they learned fast.
Yeah.
Compared to our generation or our wave or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's true.
But
I think it's just the more repetitions you're doing anything. It's like you're circling around this thing that you're trying to be.
Yeah.
The circle's like really big at first.
Exactly.
And then it like slowly gets a little bit smaller, and you're like, okay, why is this taking so long? It's like I think it was like a circle in my mind. And
no,
finally you get tighter and tighter around like the point.
It's
jawbreaker.
And when it's high too, you put so much pressure on yourself, and then when you, of course, you get more confident, but you also realize this is a collaborative effort. Like, it's just not me here. Like, I'm sharing the stage with someone else and being directed. It's a group thing, and that also helps alleviate some pressure.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
There's editing, there's music, there's a whole group. It's not all you.
Yeah,
it's just not. Just carry the story forward, and you're good.
That's right.
It's just not all you.
You got to remember that.
You have to.
You have to remember that.
And I learned that more producing, because I had to look at everything from a wide perspective.
Right.
So that was an interesting thing to learn when you're like behind the camera. Like, okay, I'm looking like, okay. Then I'm looking at other shit. I'm like, just hurry up, dude, because we can't pay overtime. Right. So there's more to you right now.
Yes.
Let's go.
Right. That's an interesting perspective to learn as a producer.
Yeah.
That you would apply to your acting, because that
absolutely
informs
it just makes it easier. Like, dude, just do your job. That's the best thing to do to anyone.
Right.
You're here because you already got it.
Right.
So stop it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here if you stop questioning yourself. You got the thing.
Right.
You don't do the damn job and leave. Yeah, do your thing and be quiet.
But even without having that producer's hat on, as an actor, you want to just be efficient. You don't want to be the fucking guy going like, can I get another take? It's like, no, you just want to...
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be efficient. I'm saying this allowed you to recognize that you could easier get out of your head about it.
Sure.
Everyone knows they want to be efficient, but when you've seen the other side and you've been behind the scenes and you realize how many variables are going into this thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just go, dude, you're just simply a variable.
Right.
Yeah, you're the actor, you get all the cliche, everyone, you're the bright lights, you're the
Right.
star.
Yeah.
But right now, you're a variable.
Yes.
Just like the lighting guy and everything, just let's go.
Right. Right.
I need the sound to work just as much as I need you to work.
Yeah,
and if
right.
you're great and the sound sucks, it's still a shitty take, bro.
Right.
So the sound guy is just as important right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If the sound's not recording.
Well, I gotta do it again.
Right.
Even if your performance is fantastic. So we need everything to work.
Right. Like in this podcast,
It's not working.
I don't see the red light. I don't think we've done recording.
First of all,
It is recording.
Oh, it is recording.
it's
It is
the image
recording.
that counts.
Okay. That. See.
Yep.
See,
That
there you
is
go.
the-
And you look very, very nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't think I've ever felt more insignificant than on like a commercial set. I feel like in a film set they still need to be nicer because you have to have a performance come out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On a commercial, it's like they just don't give a fuck. They're just like, yeah, you're their pawn,
Yep.
and you will do as they say.
Right.
Maybe you've had a different experience, but
It varies. It's totally across the board, I think. I think it depends on the size of the role that you have in the commercial, and then like the
That's
type of
true.
the commercial that it is.
If you're also like you've been paired up with celebrities, so it's probably a little different. They want to keep you just as happy, right? Working with him, I would think so at least.
Yeah. It
No?
just no, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they want I think they want him to be a little bit happier.
No, of course, but look, you're gonna working with the guy. They want to make sure,
Yeah.
you know.
But I mean, the commercials I've done, they've ranged from where they're like, just do whatever you want. Let's do 10 takes where you do whatever you want. To like, if you say one word wrong,
We have other people in mind.
yeah,
That's the vibe. They don't really
Yeah,
mean that, but
it's
that's the vibe.
either very black and white. I mean, it ranges from
Yeah.
it does. It does.
the copy being they want it exact to which is the same, I guess, as like anything like on a TV show. You know,
I've never
I've
had a shit experience where I felt like I was treated like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I've
I haven't
definitely
had that either.
I've had experiences where definitely it's like you're in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Microsoft commercial was like that. That was the weirdest thing. It was just kind of like everyone's nice, but it was like, all right, come, all right, thanks. Like you were just like there, but
Yeah,
you
no
weren't
problem.
there.
Yeah.
There was no conversation with you. You're just
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, smile. All right, great. But I don't
Yeah.
think I get it. There were a shit ton. They have other things. I get it.
Yeah,
But it
just
was-
depends on the role that you're.
Yeah.
That you're
But the crew is important, man. They could be one shitty person on the crew, and you'll be like,
right. You pull a
Messes
Christian-
up the
Christian
vibe.
Bale.
yeah,
Fuck, man.
yeah.
In my fucking
Jesus
background.
Christ, man.
I've done so much random Twitter ones, but I did one where I think it was the sound guy or the gaffer. He was like, he rubbed the makeup girl the wrong way or the wardrobe girl because he hit on her,
Yeah.
and she was pissed around him the whole time.
Right.
And everyone felt the vibe.
Yeah.
You didn't need to know the situation, but you felt the vibe, and it made everyone kind of weird.
Yeah, right.
You just kind of like, this is a little weird,
Yeah.
you know, and that something that simple could fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Very true.
That is true. It's like I feel like, man, I've definitely done like non-union stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah, you can the vibe from that from so long going to like a union stuff. Man, such a world's difference. I mean, everyone knows that, but
Yeah.
that's where.
Yeah, well, because it's nice to know when people are scared of the union.
Well,
Yeah,
That's why now you better behave because we'll be fucked.
Right.
No one wants SAG coming after the production.
Yeah.
I mean, we fell down on that. Not worried about other stuff. We were just worried about overtime. We were on permit situations.
Right.
Permits expire at this time. We
Yeah.
can't do this. You're scared every second.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
Remember we had the late night shoot? We're like, fuck, is there cops around? You know?
Oh, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get this last shot off real quick.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why these SAG auditions move so much quicker than a non-union audition because every minute costs like X amount of dollars. But a
Exactly.
non-union, there's no. They can just stay there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people bitch about the union, and I'm not saying it doesn't need to improve. It does, especially with all this new media streaming stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, thank God for it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because you see that. I remember I booked a Mercury Insurance National non-union,
Mhm.
and they paid me $100. And they were paying you $100. I said no. This is when I had nothing booked.
Right.
I was like, this makes no sense.
Makes no
you
sense.
have to be smart for this. You're gonna pay me $100 for a national network commercial? The casting director called me personally. She goes, I know, honey, this is. She told me, she's like, this is absurd. I go, I have nothing going on with my life at this point,
Right.
and I'm still saying no. That's
Doesn't know.
insane to me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking bull. Like, at least you should be able to at least give me $1,000.
Right.
I would have done $1,000 just financially because I could have used the money.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, at least 500 based off their.
But network
Pay scale.
national.
Sure.
Network fucking national.
Yeah,
That's
know.
like that's
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
it wasn't like Gary's auto.
Yeah, like those you get. You can even
Temecula,
understand
yeah.
as an actor. You don't want to do it, but you understand just as a human. Like, dude, you have a mom and pop shop.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have union
Yeah.
money. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
And there's actors who are willing to do it because
Yeah.
they fucking need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I did those. I did a lot of industrials. Did you do industrials? You seem like you'd be an industrial king doing it. Seriously. They love your style of comedy because to do the industrials, they want like a comedic workplace environment.
Right.
And that's what I was good at, bringing the comedy into a workplace environment.
Yeah.
I worked with a bunch of people that, you and I had fun improving together. You're fun to improv with.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's what they like
That's
on
also
us.
what I love about commercials are cool because they let you kind of riff in the auditions. I mean, typically.
But I feel like I haven't had as many where I've been able to improv like you have.
It does depend on the specific spot. Some of them that's more narrow, what they're asking for. Other ones.
I still love your AT&T one. So fun.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, give me a steak salad, no lettuce. The end of the commercial, I was dying. It was so funny. Give me a steak salad, no lettuce. Nice.
When you go in for like a commercial audition, do you feel like you have a good grasp of like what they want?
It's taken a long time. I feel like I have a much better grasp than I did. But it's like every year you learn like something new. I still don't feel like, I can just book anything. It's still like everyone is still like, you sort of have to start from the beginning. You go through the checklist of like the things that that they're that's going to be needed to like get the callback, and then you're going through this other checklist of things that happens that you need to execute at a callback. It's like.
What would you say is a thing that you would need to execute to get a callback? Some of the things, at least.
I would say, well, in my experience, just to get to the callback, you're just looking to stand out, not looking to like do the script perfectly or anything. You're just looking to elicit some sort of
something's there.
Something,
right?
Something that other people aren't thinking of. The callback's different. The callback requires more preparation in the sense that, like, let's say it's a script and it's like, you've got 4 or 5 lines and you're interacting with some character. It's like, you need to, the problem I had for a long time was I would go in and I would just memorize the script, or on other ones I would just sort of think, I won't worry about the script, I'll just sort of improvise my way around.
Right.
Well, the fact is you don't know what the director's going to ask for. They may say, do not add anything extra, or they'll say, add whatever you want. And so you have to have sort of both things. I think people just generally don't think you need to prepare for a commercial audition, which is, I guess, maybe a reason, but I don't know.
That is
true.
true.
Arrogant.
But you will hear that.
I will prepare a lot. So I think you have to have both those ideas in mind. Like, the director, they either want it exactly how it is, or they want you to be able to, swing around it and,
totally
add stuff. And it just depends on the nature of the spot, like, and how it's written. You can sort of tell when you read the spot, like, is this written in a manner that sort of indicates that improv would be appropriate, or is it written in a manner that it's not?
Totally.
So it's things like that. And then it's also...
Yeah, if it's an insurance commercial, don't improv.
Yeah!
They have lawyers write this.
Yeah! You can't make up a new price on the car.
Yeah. You have to stick to what they're saying because they can get sued.
Right.
So on those, they're really looking like, do you have diction? Can you speak well? And be friendly.
Yeah.
Those ones I tend to do pretty well at. Even the improv, but I don't get like the really fun improv ones like you do. I used to actually, like you said, have fun. I used to have a lot more fun in a commercial. I don't really get the fun ones anymore.
Right.
They're very simple. A lot of freaking ones I just go and say one line and smile.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I had like a fun improv.
I know.
Like where I'm like, damn, I had fun.
Sometimes you can just do that yourself, though. I mean, you can make it into that.
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the fucking key.
Yeah.
I always go in with that mindset.
Yeah. Because on the page it doesn't look like anything, but if you add some stuff, what's the worst thing you can say?
Totally.
It's like pare it back. A lot of it too, I feel like is you're sort of reading the director, and that's the guy who's going to hire you. I mean, it's the agency, but it's reading the personality.
That's what I was going to ask you.
You're getting that vibe off of it.
Forget the director on the second session or a callback, but
Yeah.
the initial session. How much do you listen to the reader? Not much. I stopped. No, so at BBR, because remember I told you, I was like, I used to be on Avail a lot, but my booking rate on Avail was kind of low.
Yeah.
So I think I was on Avail like 12 times, and I booked like 4, which now I feel like everyone gets Avail for everything. It's common, but back when I was, it usually should be a higher rate. Yeah. Say the CEO of BBR like took like 10 of the people they liked the most and told them one thing, and that's the one thing he told me to do. He said, stop listening to what the fuck these guys say. And I was like, okay. He's like, do you?
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. Because he's like, these guys are giving you their opinion.
Right.
The director's watching the tape.
Right.
He's giving you their opinion. So sometimes it can be good.
Sometimes it can be good, yeah.
And there's some guys that I audition for that I trust. That I have a relationship with now because I know them. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? So then he'll be like, look, man, I've seen you do this, you can do this easy, just do whatever you want then. Because they know you too.
Right. Yes.
Those are fun. But with a random guy, I'm very mindful, like, he's like, less energy. In my head, I'm like, I book with my energy. So I'm not fucking lowering my energy.
Right. Because he doesn't know what...
He doesn't know what I bring.
He doesn't know what...
When they always go to me, especially like, yeah, just throw it away.
Yeah. Right.
I just won't.
Right. You'll
like,
just Jim carry it.
I won't go over.
Right.
They'll give you an example. They'll just be like, say it like this, like, and that's what I meant. I'm like, that's not gonna show shit. Everyone's gonna sound too plain. I know what you're saying. Be real, but you can still be high energy and real.
Yeah. Right.
Not being cartoony.
Right.
So
yeah.
Listen to that shit.
But then sometimes none of that stuff will work. It's just
there's a million variables.
A million variables.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot of that's true. The majority of the time, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's also just knowing yourself. You know what energy you're bringing, what your talents are, and what your thing is.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to learn, though. Knowing your energy and just really how it comes out. That's something that like takes time.
Yes.
Especially for actors, because most actors question themselves, like, insecure and shit. So
yeah. Well, I was just thinking about that the other day, and I was thinking about how important that was because I saw Alec Baldwin has a new talk show, right? Alec Baldwin.
Really?
Yeah, he has a talk show. It's on Sunday nights. It's on like NBC or ABC, and he interviews celebrities.
Sick.
And
I love Alec.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah, I love Alec Baldwin. He's been on 30 Rock, so we know him from there. Where he's been in a million movies, and like Glenn Ross, and like. Okay, so he's done sort of everything, right? And you think, and you go back, and I'm watching him on the talk show, and I'm like, no offense, a great talk show host. Just doesn't have... I don't know what it is. But
host is a specific quality.
That's a tricky thing to do. But he's Alec Baldwin, and he can do it because he's out, and they're going to give him a shot at it. So
there's a reason people love Letterman, because he was damn good. He's back on Netflix, by the way.
Oh, is he?
And he's a great...
He's doing the interviews then?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like Barack Obama has Jay-Z on, like
George Clooney.
Yeah.
But what it made me realize was what you're talking about is that it's like, yes, in your mind you think you can do this, but it's like I specifically just mostly want to see Alec Baldwin scream at people. Because he's so good at it.
I've never seen him host. I don't.
Right.
Is he that?
He's hosted SNL a couple times, and he's funny. He's charismatic.
Right.
But it's sometimes different doing the funny, charismatic, and then interviewing someone else.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the biggest, I don't know why Jay Leno gets so much shit. Like a lot of people just hate him. Yeah. But for me personally, I always found him to be one of the best hosts.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
I thought he was really freaking good. He's better than Conan as like a host, in my opinion. Conan's like maybe funnier, but.
How much shit does Jay? I mean, maybe he got.
He was like the hated guy, especially with the Conan shit that came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that.
But a lot of people just
as a host,
people always like Letterman way more in general.
Yeah.
Even though Jay Leno had the better ratings, like Letterman traditionally, people thought Jay Leno. But I always thought he did a really good job of making the guest feel very special. He was very good at that.
Yes, and he let them shine.
He was genius at that. Yeah. There's a story like Conan talks about, like when he was starting out hosting, Louis C.K. would call him and be like, look man, you're good, but you're outshining your guests.
Oh, interesting.
So you gotta stop that.
Interesting, right. Which, I mean, he's a genius. He's like one of the funniest people on the planet.
Yeah, but when you're outshining your guests and you're not, they're supposed to be the star of your show.
Yeah.
That is the key, is you have to engage your guests. It's about them, not you.
Because you have the first 30 minutes when you're doing your monologue.
Right,
that's you.
Yeah.
To make it as funny as possible.
And it's your fucking show.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like...
You won.
Yeah, exactly.
We get it.
Exactly.
They're on your show. Yeah. We get it.
Yeah.
How fucking... how much of an attention whore do you got to be to like have your own show and still feel insecure that they're getting the light?
But sometimes it's that. But sometimes I think a lot of times, like I don't think Conan it was that. It was more of you feel the pressure, like the ratings have to do well, and I have to be funny.
Oh right.
But you're also understanding that like you can still be funny when you're bouncing back and forth more.
Right.
Leno was really good at that.
Craig Ferguson for me killed it.
Yeah, Ferguson was really. I liked Ferguson a lot.
He leans back so far in his chair, I think he's gonna fall over half the time. He's like.
You
ever noticed that?
He does do,
but he's so comfortable.
Very.
The best host.
They must have something holding him up.
Yeah, but the best host.
He's at 180.
That's true, but it's because he was drunk half the fucking time.
He's like planking, and he's like.
That's true.
So,
and he would talk. Yeah.
If you want to learn how to interview and host, everyone should listen to Howard Stern.
Oh, he's the
I think he's the best interviewer of all time.
He's king.
That being said, I don't know all the great ones. There's that one guy that people talk about in France, the Bernard, whatever.
Yeah,
He has to be the best interviewer, but I've never seen his stuff. But in my opinion, Howard Stern, to be that outlandish, that ridiculous, have that reputation, and still make people come into your studio and feel that comfortable.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
That's when you know you made it too, is when you get invited on the Howard Stern show.
Fuck yeah, man. That's like the granddaddy.
I mean, that's just...
Although not necessarily, because they just have strippers and midgets in their house.
No, but things have
Not
changed.
anymore.
No, I know, that was the old
That was
days.
the
old
E
days.
channel.
But now it's like, you know you made it if you got invited.
Yeah.
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 The E show was hilarious. That was like nothing but just porn and
weird
shit.
To me, Howard Stern is definitely one of them. But to me, if you really make it, I don't know, the guy would probably be dead by then. Is Inside the Actors Studio.
Oh yeah.
James Lipton?
Yeah,
He's dead.
When he make it, I thought that 10 years ago. Fool's like, what is he, 92 now or something?
Yeah.
He looks fantastic for his age, by the way.
Does.
But yeah, like when you're on that, you're like,
yeah. That's when you know.
That's when you're like, holy shit, it's the holy grail.
Yeah. But I just think that, you know, I don't know if the metaphor I was using, or if it was even a metaphor. I actually don't even know what a metaphor is. But, you know, I think like if Alec Baldwin wasn't, my point was if Alec Baldwin wasn't famous, and in his head he thought, I think I want to go into comedy or like hosting. Like that's what my passion is. But in reality, like his skill that's like, so wildly entertaining is like Glenn Ross. Him when he's pissed, like when he's playing.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't aware of that, like, and I think that's a big challenge out here as an aspiring actor, because you're trying to like constantly gauge the reality of what it is that people really like about you or buy about you.
Yeah.
And you also learn that about yourself as you keep going.
Yeah,
because
it's a hard.
You fucking hope to.
Because opportunities come
it takes
up.
awareness. Though.
Yeah, sometimes opportunities in your path come up, and
Yeah.
you never would have really saw that coming.
Yeah.
And then it goes well, or you enjoy it, or you like it, or the audience reacts well to it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah, Alec has that like a Bill O'Reilly vibe.
Yeah.
You know,
when he's angry, especially.
Fucking battle.
Yeah.
And he, you know, he's from New York, so he has that cadence where it's just dry to the fucking, you know.
Just angry.
And yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's so great.
Well, Baldwin's first guest was Jerry Seinfeld on the show.
Oh, sick.
And he asked Seinfeld.
He's a hard interview.
Yeah, because
Seinfeld's not an easy guy to interview at all.
He's just stubborn. He's like
he's stubborn as fuck. And he has no bullshit, and he doesn't like him. To be honest, he likes to be the interviewer. So that's a good challenge for anybody.
It was. That one was fun to watch because Seinfeld's so engaging and hilarious. But I don't know how the other episodes are going.
That's probably because he likes Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
He loves being around funny people.
Yeah,
it's funny when you watch like a Fox news anchor or like a female Fox news anchor or just especially an unfunny person. Watch those. I watch those. It's hilarious to watch Seinfeld's face. He almost like kill himself.
Oh yeah.
Because he's literally just writing stuff in his head, going,
"It's wasting my fucking time." The worst is to see people that aren't funny try to. I saw. I forgot the guy's name. Interviewer for a movie or interview Kevin Hart and Louis C.K. Look, you're around people who are like comedic geniuses.
Yeah.
Don't try to be funny.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be funny.
Right.
Around these guys who are really funny.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, us three, like, we do comedy, we have fun. Now imagine someone trying to tell us a knock-knock joke. Like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
I know.
Like, dude.
I mean, I've listened to it, but
yeah. I listen to it, reuse it. But then I'm just saying, but like, that's when it goes into either you got it or you don't when you're talking. People will learn, but like, either it's in you or it's not. You just do it.
Yeah. Well, that's actually funny too, because I saw a New York Times guy interviewing Jerry Seinfeld, and the New York Times guy not funny, suit and tie, very stiff, And he asked, and the interview was very serious. It was like serious questions about Seinfeld's career, and he asked Seinfeld. He goes, "Look, does this really take work? What you do, like to be this money, or are you just naturally like this?" And Seinfeld goes, "Well, we've been here for 30 minutes, and like it wasn't like the most fun." He's like, "Do you think these people would have paid $80 if this was a stand-up show? I don't think so." His point being like, yeah, you do to a degree have to work on it for some people.
No, of course. I mean, you're holding
but then there's
skill
other
set.
people. Yeah,
That's different.
right.
Yeah.
Right. But it was just like, his response is just so.
I like watching his interviews.
I'm trying to have like an understanding of that.
We'll get you on to it.
That perspective. Like, do people really have that much like lack of awareness of what it takes to do stand up and think shit like that? Like, oh, you just probably just naturally get up there.
Yeah, no, but it's like what we talked about earlier with acting. I actually made an Instagram video about it earlier because I was like, there's a difference between opinion and critique. You know, like a lot of people. Sports to me is the easiest example. Like when people are like, you should have shot that. It's like, you can't teach LeBron shit.
Right.
I mean, I know people joke, but let's be honest. 99.999% of the world have nothing to teach this man.
Right.
There's nothing you know more than him.
Just
you simply have an opinion. You don't have to like the way he plays. You're allowed to do that.
Right.
But the fact that you think your opinion means you have critique to make him better.
Right.
That's where you're kidding yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have the skill set. Right? Even I feel that way. If someone like a random friend that's not an actor tells me how to be a better actor, go fuck yourself. But if like someone, a director or someone I trust or who's skilled in it, tells me, yo, you need to do this part, okay.
Because they've been doing it for a while. It's like
But why would I take it from someone who I know more than?
Right. Like
if
your
I
uncle
go, if
at
I go
Christmas.
home, exactly. If you go home, you're the best actor any environment in Ohio, right? It's not your arrogance, it's what you do.
Yeah.
Like if I walk in home, I better be the best comedian, host, and actor because it's what the fuck I do.
Yeah.
Right? If some engineer's better, I'll freaking really suck then. You know?
Right.
Like I don't tell you how to be a better doctor.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, it's true.
But when entertainment's one of those things, people always feel like their opinion is a critique because we're in TV, you're in their home, you pull at their heartstrings.
Exactly. Right.
So now they have this arrogance to think that like, well, he sucks at this. You don't even know how to break down a script or audition or storytell or you don't know anything.
Yes, it's definitely one of those.
You just know that you don't like it, which is fine.
Right.
You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they have to make you like it.
It's a weird thing that's harder than it looks. Just like sports, it's like,
Yeah.
well, why did you strike out? It's like, well, it's harder
These are
than
the
it looks.
But
It's
no,
coming at 98 miles an hour.
No, you made a good point last time. It's because like we were talking about how people think acting's easy. Because people haven't seen shitty acting.
Exactly.
Right?
That's a good,
Like we should. Can you imagine one day when we just play every shitty student film?
Yeah.
And people go, oh god, damn!
Exactly.
Imagine that, right? Like imagine just on the on ESPN we start playing like the pickup game at the park, and you're like, oh, these guys really suck.
Guy throws his back out like on
Yeah.
the first shot.
Like no one's
reason.
making a free throw and shit. You take for granted like, free throws are hard actually, but like no one's making them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, holy fuck, okay, these guys in the NBA are really good.
Yeah. Right.
Right?
Like that NBA player's fuck up is a normal person's best day.
Yeah.
The shittiest guy in the NBA is still one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, like, you wouldn't think that about like a doctor. That looks easy. It's like, no, that looks really fucking hard, actually.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like now you have these like minimum invasive procedures,
Right.
and they're like, oh, that's pretty convenient. He just has to kind of go in. You're like, no, he's fucking has to be really
Yeah.
precise.
And understanding anatomy, it's like he just has to hit a nerve and you're fucking paralyzed. How can you say?
Yeah.
That's you know the pressure this guy fucking has.
Yes.
Your life's in his hands,
Yes.
literally.
And the argument there is like, well, at least he doesn't have to open him up. I'm like, well, you probably want to be able to see all this shit.
Yeah.
Now he just has to go. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I know he has cameras and stuff, but it's kind of funny. He's just like, imagine just feeling he's.
He's like, that's his aorta, right?
You like open area. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Was I up?
What the hell? That's funny, man.
Oh shit.
All right, should
Hey,
we
so,
get out of here?
well, before that, so Fishbowl, California, he's in. May 1st, we come out.
Amazon iTunes.
Promotes this bad boy.
May
Yes.
1st, Amazon iTunes.
Check it
Fishbowl,
out.
California, rom-com, family comedy.
Everyone's in it. Everyone here is in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Holla. But of course, the great lead handled it.
That's what they call me.
The great lead.
Hey, what commercials
Well,
are
that's
you
what
on?
I demand.
What commercials are you on right now that are running?
I have a commercial with Ricky Fowler, who's a pro golfer.
Which is sick.
And then I have a spot for Eero, which is like a Wi-Fi thing. I just had a Christmas spot playing, and then what else? AT&T. They took that one away.
Okay.
Oh,
So, yeah.
You're doing fine.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet, man. Peace.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, I'm just looking at the day.